WFSO Aftermath. Um, Guys live on Twitch and also live on. Hey, I like the name Prince Vegeta. That's nice. What's up? uh, for you guys watching on Twitch and also live on YouTube, and the people that's probably watching right now, that's watching the pre-recorded version of Aftermath. So not many like news wise for wrestling coming on today, but we're just gonna find some stuff. We're gonna talk about a little bit of the Bucks, off season and things like that. And I did took some notes, so we're gonna read that like a little bit later and see, what's available and what can they do. Um, and we might have a little bit fun with the 47 pick of the NBA draft. So and maybe because I know teams can't do any trades, but the trade they can do is follow. It's got to be like with draft picks, so they can't only doing that until after the ending of the NBA Finals. So and then, yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of that too. Um, Thunderbolts, we're gonna talk about their numbers. Like see what they did this weekend, and because I know I was supposed to see it last week, but yeah, just a lot of things just got busy. So I might see it, this coming weekend, but just not sure what day. Either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. Um, because I know a lot of wrestling is going on this weekend too, with TNA with their Under Siege pay per view on Friday. That SmackDown going on at the same time. Then Saturday night. You got Saturday night's main event. Then Sunday you got NXT Battleground. So you have three pay per view. Well, I'm just gonna keep saying it like three pay per views. Let's just say that three pay per views in 3 days. Wait, no, four, because AEW is on the Sunday as well. On the yeah, that's Sunday, the same day as Battleground. So yeah, this is gonna be one crazy weekend. Talk about pay per views and stuff like that. So yeah, that's insane. Like I said, with that, and we do got a lot of Milwaukee Development news and stuff like that. So I just finally caught up with like most of them yesterday, and I thought I was gonna do it, but I decided just to save it for today. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna start with seeing if there's some interesting wrestling news. So if y'all know, Cora J goes by her old wrestler name, Elena Black. Um, she start getting booked like right away, because when NXT stars, that was in NXT, they had like a 30-day clause on their contracts. So you know, cause yeah, starting June 1st, they're free. Or just her, Gigi Dolan, and now just remember she did call herself Priscilla Kelly. Um, I think yeah, the ones in February, I think they're like I think it's this month they're off the books too. So I don't know, that's good for them. Just trying to think. Okay, yeah, I did hear some rumor about that Josh Matthews did join AEW, and then probably was back there, with his development and stuff like that. Um, let's see. So like all last week they end up building up matches for Saturday night main event. So this past Friday they end up setting up John Cena versus R Truth, but sad thing is the title ain't on the line, which they should. Just would have been interesting. So my predictions on that will be up on Friday. Um like with the TNA Under Siege prediction, that video will be up Thursday. Then you have AEW's Double or Nothing and also NXT's Battleground. Both those videos will be up on Saturday. So they're just like a little, program note. Um, okay, backstage news: potential all-woman crossover between AEW and Pro Wrestling Eve. Okay. Oh yeah, and y'all probably saw like LFG that I forgot the two that probably won it from there, and I wasn't paying that much attention to the show because of other stuff. So yeah, so the two that won it is like well deserved anyway. So you know, right on. Oh, illness take him, kill him out of special ref role in NWA Crockett Cup matchup. I think that was next weekend too, wasn't it? Let me just read this because I think that was next weekend. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. This was this past weekend. I'm sorry. So yes, I'm surprised they ain't got I'm surprised they ain't got the result of that. So that's shocking. Maybe I passed it. So pretty interesting though. We'll just see like the results of. Yeah, let's look at NWA. So probably what we're gonna start doing next month. We're gonna talk about if NWA or like OVW end up having like a pay per view or something like that. We will talk about that. Predictions and results. So this is gonna take me a while to notice most of the wrestlers on there, but not A but OVW like majority of them I know because majority of the time, they has not like some of the stars being this GLCW shows that they have. So most of the stars, most of the time, will be there. So yeah, majority of them. So interesting enough. So let's see. So we're gonna start covering NWA and OVW more. So although other places they're not gonna cover them, and but we will. Let's see. Okay, nothing. But yeah, everybody knows last week of the passing of Sabu, so it's just shocking. And he had his like final match last month. I don't know, but I guess things happen, and I was just hoping, I don't want to hear about no wrestlers dying anytime soon this year, but it happens. So hopefully, after that, no more wrestlers dying. Not even in the summer. You want to do it in God want to take them in the fall and winter, do that, but please not in the summer. That's just my okay, more about the Real American Freestyle. So they say they funded by a firm familiar with extreme sports. I'm gonna laugh if it's UFC. Hulk Hogan, as of course, with Eric Bischoff for Real American Freestyle Wrestling. Um, let's see. Okay, that and okay, who's the person that's gonna fund them? Let's see. Left Lane Capital. They basically are in the live sports. The veteran added that Left Lane Capital are the ones behind the Sean White Snowboarding League, Girl Volleyball League, okay, and Chess League. So they had games doing that too. So it's just okay. Weeks ago, Dave Masner of Wrestling Observer, forget that dude. Outlined many issues with RAFW could face. One being that amateur wrestling has never succeeded as a promotion and have even been tried before. Well, it depends how they all gonna like do it in the first week. So I guess part of that, not jumping to conclusions yet, but not gonna be watching it because of support of Hulk Hogan, but I'm just gonna watch because of supporting all the men and women that will be on there. Um, the reasons most good ideas don't succeed is because they're either not well funded, we don't have that issue, or they have a challenge in execution. Yeah, I can understand that. I don't think we got a problem here either. Bischoff added in response to these concerns, nothing that they're very aware of the challenges they're facing and that they plan to bring their characters to life and make people want to tune in. So, if we get like more information on that, we will, talk about it. But Key Caden Bassel. Oh, hey, you're back. So, what's going on? I think you was on. I'm trying to think of the last. Probably the last time I did a live was Aftermath. No, 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 no. The last time yeah, it was this past Monday with the NBA draft lottery. I think that was the last time I was live. Otherwise, just been recording like videos and stuff like that. So, yep. Let's see. We might just very well, skip wrestling for the rest of the new. Oh yeah, because I was going to look at the results of if they have it up there. So just let's see. Oh yeah, of course the company just a real American beer, I believe. Gonna like have a partnership with Hooters. Oh, I know you happy just to have like that summer break, so I don't blame you. Yeah, it was like that too sometimes. So Hulk Hogan is making some big moves, brother. The two-time Hall of Famer is on the pursuit of possibly buying a popular chain restaurant brand. Oh, he's trying to buy it? Wow. It's crazy trying to buy Hooters. Sad thing is, like, we used to have a few of them here, but not. I don't even think there's none in the county. None at all. Um, so his company, one of his companies, Real American Brands. What is that new thing? Okay, so they submitted a bid for the restaurant intellectual properties. As the company told TMZ, its mission is to take over a sister's brand that represents freedom, grit, and good times and bring them back to relevance. Should the bid be successful, it will permit Hogan's company to relaunch not just the food and beverage product, but also merchandise featuring the Hooters IP at restaurants, retail locations, and entertainment venues across the nation. The goal is to expand its consumer reach not just to the already established patrons that go there, but to Wait, younger people? Okay, like you gotta be Pacific if you mean younger people. Back in March, Hooters are okay. So Hooters of America filed Chapter 11. So that I didn't know that they filed bankruptcy. Wow, on 370 million in debt. The restaurant was one of the first to carry former WWE champions light beer product. Mm. I take it that's probably uh I think I did look into that, and I don't think Discord will like work for me. So, and I know probably like you probably people probably will want to be like a do like a video thing or something like that. But just get a hold of me on YouTube, and we can work on something. You're trying to do like a collaboration or something like that. So just let me know. Um, Okay, this idea has been in motion since April. The company mentioned they were very intrigued about the possibilities of ownership, believing it will be a perfect match on reconstructing the American image. While more information unfolds for this potential bid, I mean, and of course, the real American freestyle wrestling will have its first event on August 30th in Cleveland. Uh, so we're gonna be done with that, but I'm gonna see if I can find. There we go. National Wrestling Alliance. Okay. Okay, it was in Philly. Let's see if they got the results of it. Um, let's see. Let's go to news. Maybe that will help. No, that's not helping either. So let's go back. Yeah, I'm just seeing there's like some. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Cool. Avros won. They tied the series four. I mean, one apiece. So the rest of them, their next. Oh yeah, they just got to win two more games, and they are going to be at home for those next two games, and they get to the Western Conference finals. So that'll be cool. Oh god, so it was this past Saturday for Okay. Yeah, I can't even find anything. Be like, what's the results? Okay. No, 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 not. Let's see. Yeah, and I think it's like kind of sad at the same time because normally you'll be able to see NWA like on YouTube. Then at one point it was on okay, see you later. Um, but now they got it like on X, which rarely anybody will watch anything on X. Like, well, 5 o'clock Central. This is a good time, but this is not really helping anything. So how you gonna want some news and you don't even have like some of the stuff updated? Cause I know people just gonna want the results of you know Okay, yeah, I gotta deal with this again, so give me a moment. Okay, so this NWA Power. Hmm. Sorry, maybe something important, so excuse me for a moment. Oh, okay. It was just they like in that video that Superhuman had done. What more can you do? I might have to do something different. Okay, you probably can go back and watch, some of the episodes. Okay, that's fine. I'll remember that eventually. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Results of NWA. Um, is it Crockett Cup 2025? Oh, there we go. Results. So, okay, so fair enough. Oh, why didn't you send me Wikipedia? Oh, okay, so they do have like 9 matches. Wow, might end up have to start watching, NWA pay-per-views. Let's say they at least they have like 9 matches, and then you got freaking WWE going backwards, only doing like 5 matches of pay-per-view. Just so stupid. But okay, Brian Idol defeated Carson Bartholomew Drake. Okay, so got a new NWA World Television Champion. Okay. In a no limits match, Natalia Kova, defeated Kylie Page. Tag team match, TVMA, Tiffany Lewis and Valentina Rosie with Mixed Star defeated the Island Twins. If y'all don't know who the Island Twins are, they used to be in on WoW, Women's of Wrestling. Wrecking Ball Gursky defeated Jay Bradley. Oh, in the chain match. Okay. Mims. Oh, for the National Heavyweight Championship. So Mims defeated Maxine Poller. If y'all know who Maxine Poller is, she's was a woman wrestler. At one point, I think she was in Ring of Honor at one point. Then was on was it AEW or was it yeah, I know she was in Ring of Honor at one point, but just otherwise, just since then, she's just been doing, like wrestling, like random stuff. Durability Silas Mason defeated Alex Hammerstone. So, okay, not only Alex Hammerstone is back in MLW, he's doing, NWA. Okay, Kenzie Page, mainly she retained her women's title against, y'all know who Natty now is Natalia. So, yeah, WWE, letting some of their wrestlers, some of their veteran wrestlers, go wrestling in some places. Like, you had at one point on WrestleMania weekend, Karrion Kross was in there, and I think Pete Dunne was another person that was in there too. So, yeah. So, WWE is working, with some cross promotions and, let them do their thing and stuff like that. Let's see. 3-way match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Dom Lemner defeated Rhino and Kobe Carino to retain. The Crockett Cup final. It was a tag team one this time. So the Immortals, Kratos and Odinson defeated the Colognes. Oh, okay. So I guess that's pretty much that. So let's just. I'm trying to go back a little bit and see what their next. It's kind of weird, but I'm trying to see what's their next pay per view event. I know there's like time for time they'll be in Chicago. Like seems like it's gonna be almost every month they'll be in NWA will be in Chicago. Let's see. Maybe go to. I don't know if the one that's coming Friday in Ohio is PLE or just like some of like a house show or something. That I don't know. Um, wait. So, oh, okay, they're gonna be at two places at once. So in NWA is gonna be in Newport, Tennessee. Then they got oh god, they really had to get him in there. Ugh. So I guess he try to make his work somewhere. So wait, see the stars at NWA JCP and the National Alliance in action. Schedule to appear. Oh god, I'm sorry, but the guy right here, the Beer City Bruiser. Let's just say his wife been causing problems with us since 2015, and it didn't stop until they finally moved like a few years ago. But who knows? They probably be still yapping. Um, this may be a possible. It could be a PLE event. No pay per view. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying PLEs. I'm sorry. Um, so maybe that'll be a pay per view or wait a minute. Okay. Then Missouri. See, they all over the Midwest, but they just haven't been here in Milwaukee yet. So yeah, that's crazy. So that could be their special event. This one I know about is probably just like a special show. It's not like actually they're gonna post it on like TV and anything like that. So NWA DCCW tap out. Okay, that's in New Mexico. Then St. Petersburg, Florida. Oh, okay. So I see that they probably working with certain like promotions to like get stuff out there. So oh, just mainly like some of the territories, but I was thinking they might have no. Let's just be nosy about territories. I don't know I was supposed to stop, but just want to be nosy because I know one is. Let's see, it's Zolius Pro Wrestling, NWA Midwest. Then you got NWA Savis, NWA Crossfire Wrestling. I don't know what that is. Yes, you got NWA Chicago, NWA World League Wrestling, NWA Texas, and New Mexico. Okay, that's yeah. I already knew about that one that they was in Illinois. So I really don't know when their next PLE would be, but we find out anything we let y'all know. But let's just end it from there for wrestling wise, and I guess we will have some Bucks talk. So I gotta look what did I do with my Sorry guys, just give me a moment. Did I put the book down or something? I knew that was gonna happen. Either A, I put it. No, I didn't put it down on the floor. It's not here. Oh my lord! Oh, there it is. I'm about to say I'm probably gonna lose my mind. You have a good day as well. So, sorry about that. I finally, updated, this book, NBA Seasonal Journal that the wife and I had made. We are gonna do another NBA seasonal journal one. Probably gonna work on it in the summer, and hopefully it'll be out by the time the season starts. So we saw there was like a minor stuff happened on here, like with some correction, like because we had like a page that was dedicated to like the trade deadline, but we didn't put the month of February on there. It was just mainly just talk about the trade deadline All-Star weekend. So yeah, so I had to do something different for February, so I had to put it like on a different weekly calendar and had to change it from there. So, but if you end up still wanting this book anyway, you can get it on Amazon. So just okay, because you guys probably didn't see it. So sorry if the camera is kind of showing it like inside out, but I gotta work on that just to try to make these cameras Yeah, I gotta try to make these cameras go like inside out. So this is silly. But anyways, let's just get to. There were some notes. It's gonna be not from May, but it's gonna be notes for April. So from reading all this stuff that was going on, with the Bucks, today from the month of April. So we got notes that Bobby Portis Jr. should put that at I, and I don't know why I keep on putting you. Of course, he returned versus the Wolves. Then I think it was like 2 days later he actually did like a meet and greet. So if you got a picture of him, I will put it up eventually. So let's see. Then Bucks ended the season in the month of April 7-0. So they had like a 7-game winning streak. So I don't know where people was getting 8-game winning streak from. It was actually 7. Wait a minute, I could be wrong. Okay, because April 1st they did beat the Suns, then they beat the Sixers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. Yeah, they were 8-0. So let me change that. Okay, so they were right. So let me change that. So yeah, they did end the season 8-0. So that's pretty true. And I guess around those times they end up securing the They end up securing the 5th seed at one point. Had an opportunity doing the making probably past the 4th seed, but unfortunately. They didn't have Dame, and Bobby Portis was still suspended like in March, because they lost, what was it? They lost 9 out of 16 games they had in March. So, yeah, that's just insane. Okay, of course, Dame returned in Game 2 of the first round against the Pacers in Indiana. Then, sad news, Game 4. Dame tore, I think it was either his MCL or ACL, I'm not sure, but it was from his leg. So that happened to him in Game 4. He only played like a little over 6 minutes. So yeah, that gotta suck. And plus, Bucks for the 3rd straight year, they got eliminated from the first round. So 2 from the Pacers and 1 from Miami. So yeah, Y'all probably will see a video here. No, now I'm sorry on the screen here, but I'm gonna tell you guys that's watching live about it. So, of course, they was the whole season record 48 or 34. So they ended up being a game down from last year. So, and of course, they. Ooh, excuse me. They do have a draft pick this year. It'll be the 47 pick, which is from Detroit. They're free agents. We're not gonna we're gonna do this in a different way, but you can see on the screen for people that's watching the pre-recorded that those are the free agents. But for everybody else, I'm gonna read you I'm gonna do the free agents first. So you got Brooke Lopez, Torian Prince, Gary Trent Jr., Jericho Sims, but they do got bird rights for Jericho Sims, so they can sign him to as much as they want. So they can't do that. Only Gary Trent Jr. and Jericho Sims. I just hope they resign them. But Gary Trent Jr. is owed a payday, so hopefully they work that out and work with that. Jericho Sims, like I said, I hope they do resign him and actually, give the man what he wants. Like maybe pay him maybe 4 year, 3 year contract, maybe like about 3 million. So maybe that. So okay, then we got the restricted free agents, which is Ryan Rollins. Then you got Stanley Oubre, which was a two-way player. So I don't know if they're gonna end up signing him back. So I see that as a miss. Ryan Rollins, they should resign him because I think he's kind of like the future of the team. Let's see. Then we have player options. Well, yeah, the player got the options. We got Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, and Kevin Porter Jr. So those three got player options. Only thing we can hope is all three of them, sign their player options. Well, Pat Connaughton, I'll just say 2 out of 3. Pat Connaughton, I don't care if he stays, I don't care if he goes, opt in or opt out, doesn't matter. But somebody had an idea that what if Pat Connaughton end up opting out and maybe sign for less just to stay with the Bucks. So that's a possibility, and it'll be interesting, and if they do. So okay, so that's news for from my notes, and we're gonna of course we know about their situation. Yeah. So it's mainly all the stuff that you guys don't know, and well, y'all already know. So whatever. Okay, so one positive is Milwaukee is no longer in financial purgatory. The Kyle Kuzma Chris Middleton swap has given the Bucks financial freedom to add in free agency or via trade while not being pressed against the second apron. So currently they're not in any apron overall because of the free agents that they got. And yeah, they do have a lot of free agencies out there. But yeah. So there's the all-season finances. So they're off the Brooke Lopez book. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't try to go that fast. So the 23 million below the they're 23 million below the luxury tax. Okay, now I don't think they care about the luxury tax, and 41 million beneath the second apron. So without Lopez, that's without Lopez. If Milwaukee resigns the 37-year-old big man using his 14.1 million non-tax mid-level exception, it then fills out the roster, the Bucks will become a luxury tax team for the 6th straight season. I don't even think they care about that. Since 2019-2020, Milwaukee has spent 220 million in tax penalties. 3 players, of course, the 3 I mentioned, Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, and Kevin Porter Jr., have options in their contract. Connaughton has until June 24th to opt in his contracts, and both Portis and Porter has up to June 29th to opt in. So yeah, that's I'll pick that up later. So okay, that one I did want to know, but didn't get the chance to write it. So let's see. So PC has until June 24th to opt in or out. Oops, put that T in there. Let's see, then BP and KPJ has, let's see, has until June. Oh, I mean to do that. 29th. Yeah, that's right. June 29th. To up in or out. So, okay, that part I did not know that, because I knew they would have like a date that they gotta decide if they're gonna opt in or not. But most likely, I know some of y'all fans ain't gonna like it, but Pat Connaughton most likely probably will opt in. So it's 9.4 million that he would get next season. Portis, they said he's gonna get either 11 or 13 million if he opts in. Then Porter will just end up getting like 2.5 million if he opts in. So really not too bad. So they'll be like if they the Bucks decide keep him like the full season, which I don't think they're gonna trade him. I think he was like one of the best things that they got. Although they did drafted him, but traded him to Cleveland. Then suddenly just got him back. Clippers to from the Clippers to Bucks. So yeah, you might as well say most likely it was destined for him to come back. So, and I know some people not liking his troubles off the court and stuff like that, but that's why he took a year, was overseas, and know how tough it was. I don't know his average and stuff like that, but and then with the Clippers, he really didn't play that much. Then when he finally played, for the Bucks, when Doc finally used some of the young players, he really shined. So the thing was, the playoffs we did had, the best 3-point shooting team in the NBA. Unfortunately, some players just had their ups and downs, and just didn't work out until Doc did try to adjust like later in the in the series. But it was just that costly mistake from Gary Trent Jr. just kind of, lost it for us. But Gary Trent Jr. is still young, so, he got time, to make up for that mistake. Let's just say, like, this coming season for Gary Trent Jr., wherever he's with the Bucks or not, will be like his redemption year. Redemption season, I should say that. Okay, God darn it. Sorry. Top office priority. Give John Holtz credit. Extended Antetokounmpo's championship window continues to be a Milwaukee GM's top priority. It's still the awesome responsibility to try to take this franchise and maximize the window that we have now as the best we can and what we think give us the best chance to win. figure out how to continue winning going forward. Horse, say after the trade for Kuzma in February. So I know people are not happy with Kyle Kuzma, but like I said, if he works out in the summer, like work on this game, maybe like have a veteran, work with him. Maybe either Giannis or maybe even Dame. Um, just I guess just gotta have like a few veterans, work with him and see what we can do. Maybe Bobby Portis would be another one that can could help Kyle Kuzma out, especially Kyle Kuzma is like a combo forward, but at least if he's because he played a power forward position at times, so maybe Bobby Portis can help him out in like some areas and stuff like that. But they probably won't get their summer workouts until probably next month, not next month, but probably in July. But if I was like some of those players, I'll try to like work out right now, just work on your game and go from there. So since Horst was promoted in June 20, sorry. Since he was promoted in June 2017, they made like 25 trades. Among them was the Bucks had acquired Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, Nikola Mirotic, which Bucks did want him back when they signed him. I think it was 17, 18, but he just decided, not to come back to the NBA. He was just done. Of course, Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker, of course, that was, the championship pair that, helped us win the championship in 2021. Then got Grayson Allen, Serge Ibaka. I wouldn't say Serge Ibaka was a, because they think that Serge Ibaka was not, the right guy for the Bucks to pick, but like the second half of the season he was there, then he played, that next season. The problem was they didn't play him enough, especially he was with Coach Buzz last season with Bucks. They just really didn't play him, so. It's like, what more can you do? Jay Crowder, yeah, that ended up being, a mistake, but I guess we live and learn on that one. Did okay. He did okay, when he was with the Bucks. Then was doing good in the beginning of not this past season, but the season before. He was doing very good then. Then he had got injured. And just haven't been the same since when he returned. I think it was like in the middle of the season. Yeah, he wasn't the same after that. Of course, Damian Lillard, they got too bad he's not going to play most of the season next season. Then you had Patrick Beverley, which I kind of hope they will try to re-sign him, but then again, he wanted a little bit too much. And of course, Kyle Kuzma, which is, I believe he's going to be $22.3 million next year. So he has got paid $23 million this past season, but is the amount he makes is going down. And then from there, I know he's going to be with the Bucks for the next 2 seasons. If they trade him or if they don't trade him, he'll be with them for the next 2 seasons. I don't know if he has a player option on his, but probably ain't gonna know more till the fall, or I can probably look it up in his contract. Trades in the past 8 years cost Milwaukee 7 first-round picks, 3 years of pick swaps, and 18 second-rounders. The only player remaining from the 2021 championship team is Antetokounmpo Lopez. What did they say, Antetokounmpo and Lopez? No, it's Antetokounmpo, Lopez, of course, Portis, and Connaughton. I wonder they probably didn't add them because they got their player options. But I don't know how they add Lopez, but he's free agency, so that doesn't make sense. But those trades have played a role in why the Bucks trail only Boston as the winningest regular season team since 2016-2017. So, which is a good thing. Will they slow down? Kuzma will earn 30 million of the Bucks. 100. Wait, that don't make no sense. Okay, the offseason will represent Milwaukee's next opportunity to revamp its roster. The obstacle comes with inability to trade multiple firsts. Currently, the Bucks can move their 20. Oh, okay, they can either move their 2031 or 2032 pick. No. Maybe if they want to move their second rounders of those, they could. But no. Don't even touch 2031 or 2032. Because, as soon as, they do the NBA draft, then, they can move their 2032 picks. Which will appear like next month. So, don't touch your 2032 pick. Do not touch that. Or your 2031. If you want to trade your second rounds, you can do that, but not your first rounds. With a roster that is top heavy in salary, Antetokounmpo, Lillard, and Kuzma. Oh, okay, so that's why. Okay, sorry about that. So Antetokounmpo, Lillard, and Kuzma will earn 130 million of Bucks 164 million in payroll next season. Let's see, 22, 54, 54. So yeah, combined with Antetokounmpo and Lillard, it'll be 108 million evenly. Then with 22.3 million from Kuzma, it's kind of close. I don't think it's 130, but then again, adding the other stuff, so that's probably why they said that. And don't forget, the payrolls does go up this season. And from what I read, it's about up to. It probably is 164 that's up there. Then you have the. You can spend in the luxury tax up to you get to the first apron, and they said the first apron was like what was it, like 189 million for the first apron. Then you get to 204 million. It'll be in the second apron, I believe. So okay, Kuzma shot 30.7% from three this season, ranked 188th out of 197 qualified players in the 3-point percentage. So yeah, his 3-pointers, he got worse to do. So that's true. Wait a minute. So wait, he's getting paid 21.8 million this coming season, then 19.8 million the season after that. So I guess Fanspo, they got some updating to do. Just put it that way. So sorry, the future Lopez, Trent, and perhaps Portis will also need to be addressed. Lopez is one of the 5 players this season with 103 pointers and 100 blocks, and started every game except for that final. I think it was 2 games that he didn't start this season. One of them was a rest, and the other one, they just gave him a rest. Of course, one of the 5 players this season with 103 pointers and 100 blocks started almost every game. Has played since. Oh, okay. He played, every single game he has played since signing with Milwaukee in 2018. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Portis, yeah, it's the 13.4 million player option is less than the average player salary. I don't know, but I think he's worth it, but I don't think some people just don't think so. Trent outplayed his 1-year, 2.6 million contract, and he signed last offseason averaging 18.3 points per game in the playoffs, and a career high 3-point shooting 54 points. Oh, might as well say just 55%. Just say that. Let's see. That okay. Darn it, went down. Okay. Bucks can keep Trent, but would need to use most, if not all, of their 14.1 million non-tax mid-level exception. So yeah, they probably just gonna see, what Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Portis, and Pat Connaughton is gonna do with their opt in or opt out. So although they had the 14.1 million non-tax mid-level exception, so they could use that for Gary Trent Jr. if they wanted to. Plus, if they decided not to resign Brook Lopez, then they'll have at least 23 million to play with if they want to. So, okay, so Lillard was available after this season to get an extension, but most likely, and as but they may seem like they're not gonna do like a extension for yeah before yeah. Yeah, Milwaukee will add another 65.5 million to the 2 years he has left on his contract. But then again, he's gonna be out for this the coming season. Then he has a player option after this coming season. So who knows if he's gonna not opt in or opt out. So, but I guess if he's getting paid like a lot of money. So 54 million next season, then that 65.5 million will probably be if he opts in that player option. Who knows? One under the radar one under the radar name to keep an eye on AJ Green. The guard, yes, shot a career high 43% from three during the regular season, and is okay. So he's eligible to sign a 4-year, 89 million extension. Yes, of course, Green will be unrestricted free agent in 2026 if there's no extension. So maybe it's something they can work out in the offseason. Okay, other extensions. Oh, okay. So as of Andre Jackson Jr. will be able to have an extension. Connaughton and Portis will be able to have an extension if they opt in. And Kuzma will be able to get an extension, and also Chris Livingston is able to get an extension as well as of July 8th. So, team needs, which I agree with the replacement for Lopez and possibly Portis, if not signed. Okay, yeah. Along with depth and shooters, the Bucks were successfully towards the end of the season when Milwaukee surrounded Antetokounmpo with a shooting Trent, Porter, and Green. The Bucks had a plus 55.2 net rating with the 4 players on the court. So yeah, I do agree. Do the replacement for Lopez, and please, hopefully they don't resign him. Do not resign Lopez. Just let him go. If you do sign a trade, that's one thing, but overall, just let him go. Sorry. Okay, draft assets. Of course, they talk about the 2031 and 2032. They got both their first and second round picks, so they did not use that in the trade deadline. They actually I think they ended up trading their the 2027 first round pick, I believe, because I think that was a swap. So yeah, they traded that to I think either the Wizards got it or the Spurs got it. I'm not sure. So if they want to do a first round swap for like another team or something like that, so they can do that. And they also, they would have the second round available to trade for 2032 and also 2031, which like I said, they didn't even touch it. because Milwaukee went under the second apron at the trade deadline, they're allowed to buy a. Oh wow, they are allowed to buy a draft pick. Oh, okay, so that I didn't know. So, oh, okay, okay, so I get it. If they want to buy, buying a draft pick, what they mean is that they can do like if they want, let's just say they buy Orlando Magic's maybe like 31st pick or something like that. Just say that for example. They can offer cash considerations for that draft pick. So they can just offer any team, that. Okay, however, because they have only 110 million, 110,000 available, any trade the Bucks made will have to occur July 6th or later. Ouch. Okay, they're allowed to buy. Okay, so okay, I get it. They can buy, the draft pick they want to in June, but if they make any trades on July, starting July 6th, that's the only thing they can do is do like trades. And right now they only have 110,000 available to if they try to make trades. So I don't think anybody going to take like 110,000. Hell, I would. But okay, now I understand that. And I need to, sorry, y'all, I need to write this down too. So, uh, okay, okay, so okay, the Bucks. Sorry, you people that's watching pre-recorded cannot see me, so I apologize. Bucks can buy a draft pick in June. Um, trades that the Bucks make will have to start July 6th. So yeah, this, like I said, I didn't know that too. I just thought they can do it when draft night, because I know they can involve trade somebody in a draft pick for somebody else in maybe another draft pick. So that good news to hear. That's okay. That's enough from that. So a little bit before we move on to something else. I know it's been over an hour, so thanks for hanging with me, guys. And of course this mess. Trending players being traded. You got Giannis. You do got Drew Holiday because Boston may try to move them because right now they are in the second apron. So maybe they're thinking of get rid of both Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. So just to play like devil's advocate and let me look at Boston. Let me see. I think they got some draft picks this year though. Oh yeah, they way over the second apron. Almost 260 million. Well, we know, the salary cap goes up. But let's look at their picks. Okay, so they do have a first round and a second round. So, yeah, the 28th pick and the 32nd pick. So they safe from that. Um, Most likely it seems like they fine with 2026 as well. Oh, they got two second round picks in 2026, or they might. 2027 only a first round pick. 2028 a swap. So they got nothing in 2029, but 2030 they got a first round pick. 2031 they might just have a first round pick, and it's possible they may not have their 2031. Oh, okay, they will have two if it falls into place. But right now they'll probably have that second round pick. I think because they said a rule like there's a teams that open the apron, they cannot move their I think what it is, I don't think they just can't own. I think they just can't move their 2032 first and second round pick, so they won't be able to move it. So to be honest with you guys, the Kyle Kuzma trade, although we said it was for the best, but really it really is for the best. It really really makes sense. So we already know, they only had the 47 pick. And plus, before, with the Brook Lopez that they didn't sign him yet. Okay. Okay, with the team they got right now, they got like 12 people on their rosters, but they do have, the guys that they do got the guys that's in their player option, right? Yeah. So say all these guys, accepted, their, player option and stuff like that. So both Porter, Covington, and Portis, sorry. If they do end up accepting their player option, they will have, for tax space, they'll have like 23.1 million, and that's when they didn't sign Brook Lopez. And plus, they said they got a 14, as y'all saw on the thing for you guys that's watching right now on live. The Bucks have got a 14.1 mid-level exception. They can sign with if they want to use that for Gary Trent, and also maybe they can pay some of the money for the 23 million if they don't sign Brook Lopez, sign Jericho Sims. Like I said, I'm just hoping Bobby and Kevin Porter Jr. keep their player option. Like I said earlier, Pat Connaughton, either he opts out or opts in, whatever. But I guess my main concern is like, do not sign Brook Lopez. Oh yeah, and they got to do something with Ryan Rollins too if they want to re-sign him. So I see them. They're probably gonna. Before we do that, let's look at He don't have non-bird rights. But sadly, Brook Lopez do have bird rights. Danasa's got bird rights. I don't know. Maybe they end up signing Danasa's again. That's a possibility. Yeah, they're gonna let Torian Prince go, so I know that already. And plus, Gary Trent Jr. The only player that got like bird rights besides Brooke would be none other than Jericho Sims. Where is he? Oh, okay. Then Stanley Umid is just two-way player, right? So he's gonna be right now a restricted free agent, but they are not gonna they're not gonna sign. I don't think they're gonna sign him. But they didn't make. Yeah, they did make this one clear. So Ryan Rollins is a restricted free agent. So any team can sign him to whatever amount they want. Then the Bucks will have a certain amount of. I think they will have a week to match it, I believe. But like I said, Ryan Rollins, Gary Trent Jr., and Jericho Sims, they should focus on, resigning. I'm sorry, guys. I hate when that happens because they think we said I apologize for that, guys. For those who's watching on WFSO 2 on Twitch, they think I'm saying the A word, and they go up to thinking I was talking to somebody else. So let's just say, if y'all familiar with wrestling, when I say Miss Bliss, y'all probably get the idea of the A word that I'm talking about. I can't say it because it might happen again. So anyway, so oh yeah, I said we was gonna have fun with the draft. So let's do that for a little bit before we go to let's see, not trade proposals. Go to mock drafts. Let's do that. Okay, so that's just new. So there we go, mock draft simulator. Oh, this from my that's the one I did last time, just for fun. Um, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna change this one and see there. Let me I'm gonna end up redoing it. So not doing draft lottery. Oh, okay. I forgot. Restart the draft. So what we're gonna do a little bit different is of course we're gonna do that one. Which team do you want to pick for? Just gonna pick for the Bucks. Too bad you can't just get like let's see. Use default NBA standings. Yep, we will use that. NBA official, we will do that, and Fanspo contiguous, or no ceiling. So I know we did no ceilings last time. We'll just do that. So let's begin. So first pick, Mavericks will get oh dang, they still saying Dylan Harper. Wow. Ace Bailey for the Spurs. I didn't know he was that tall. 76ers. Oh, okay, 76ers will end up getting Cooper Flag. Okay. Trey Johnson. Whoever that guy is from Illinois. VJ Etchecombe. Pelicans. Okay. Oh, go for another center. That's something. Comprel of. Yeah, he's a Milwaukee native, so that'd be a good one for him. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm just start going a little bit fast. So another center for Portland. A power forward that could be played center for Chicago. A shooting guard small forward for Atlanta. Combo guard for Spurs. Oh yeah, because they don't know what the Chris Paul situation, if he's going to resign with them or not. Okay, small forward from Minnesota. Washington picks again. Forward. Nets a forward. Combo forward. Scar forward for Jazz. A 7-footer for Atlanta. Will Riley. Sorry. Point guard. Why the Thunder will go for a point guard? Oh, okay. Another point guard for Orlando. They must gonna end up trading somebody to do that. Power forward for Nets. Back-to-back picks. 3 and 8. 29. Oh, Cam Jones from Marquette for Phoenix. Okay. So that'd be two Marquette players that Phoenix will get if they go that route. Excuse me, guys. Boston combo forward. Ian Jackson shooting guard. So what we gonna go for? We're not gonna do the best player available. So we're not gonna do that. So mainly what we're gonna do is going to do with teams' needs. So what I think they need a point guard, somebody that can pass, and if not a center, or they will probably would buy a second round draft pick as well, and probably can use it for that. So so June 25th and June 26th. So I think it's Wednesday and Thursday is the 25th. That's a Wednesday. That's the first round. Then Thursday the 26th is the second round, I believe. Oh, okay, okay. Detroit's 2025 second round pick belongs to Milwaukee. So okay, so yeah, most likely we will need like a, let's see, guards and center. So the best player available will be a guard, but well, if they had Kevin Porter Jr. back, so if they do that, they probably don't have to worry about that part. Okay, now drafting them. Let me get more information on this guy. Is he supposed to be a 6'6" point guard? No, then he's probably gonna be more like a shooting guard. I doubt if he end up being a point guard because yeah, that's not enough for his success. But 45% from the field, that's fine. 12 points per game. Eh, okay, so this is gonna be a little weird. So we're gonna have to scroll a little bit and let's see if people got some notes. Yeah, they said the dream fit for him would be the Bucks. So it'd be shooting guard, small forward. Okay, great catch and shoot 3-point shooter, solid dribble penetration and vision of the perimeter. Denies off-ball movement with physicality. So great defender. Solid mid-range game that can be developed. Slow but effective handle. Um, Pressures up well on the perimeter using jabs to disrupt players. Quickly recognize double teams and pass out. So that's probably one of the reasons they probably will say like he'll be good of a point guard because of good passing. Physical on drives, give him a little space without fouling. Good ball skills. Why they say that and they say he wasn't? Oh, that's crazy. Often utilize Hepsi and pump fakes to get defenders commit before driving. Like I said, most of the team in the Bucks need to start doing that. Solid closeout, shuffling feet, and effective shots. Good shot contest and getting fully extended to affect shot. Gets rebounds as they aplex and secures them well. Generally control when driving. Okay. Anything else? Okay, now to the weakness. Tries to be too physical with centers and big forwards, often leading to fouls. Runs into screens, often losing his man and forcing him to switch. Oh yeah, they don't need that. Awful lobs, often floating them too much and making a late decision. Okay. Not a good decision maker, I see. Reacts too much to jabs or fakes on the perimeter. Wow. Struggles to suddenly change direction while contesting drives or closing out. His physicality makes him slow-footed and can't lead him to get beat on drives. Okay, multiple times uncomfortable shooting of the dribble. Poor box out and rebounding position. Yeah, we don't need that. Well, if he's a guard, it's probably not that big of a deal because we got, good rebounders. Gets drawn into mismatch, often switch on screens. Okay, late first, early second round. Playmaking, three level, shoot scoring, free throw shooting, basketball IQ, leadership. Okay, he's not consistent from deep. Okay, so he got to be quicker, and of course turnovers. So we don't even want that. But they compare him to Jason Brunson for his ability to perform under pressure and lead the team, and Fred Van Vliet for his clutch scoring and leadership qualities. Okay, we can stop that from there. What the? So mainly they saying that let's see. So they're just okay. They're just saying if they recently signed Ryan Rollins, that would be the okay. Just they just mainly saying like if they resign, they're nor the other ones ain't supposed to be there. So I don't know how they. I don't get how they doing that. Saying they 8 million under the first apron. So they got the. Whew, excuse me. Okay, so they got. I'm sorry, I'm sick of tired when they do this. So okay, move that over there, shrink it, and bring it back up. Okay, so well, we know this ain't gonna be the lineup, so most likely we know that hopefully they're smart enough not to resign Brook Lopez, but maybe I don't know if they do Portis or Jericho Sims in the starting lineup, or if they get somebody in the draft. But we know Damian Lillard is gonna be out most of the next season, so it's mainly gonna be like who's gonna be their point guard. Um, where's Kuzma? Yeah, Kyle Kuzma is actually maybe they're starting small for unless they see a lot of improvements on Chris Livingston, then just have Kyle Kuzma come off the bench. But don't see that happening. But it'll either be Kevin Porter Jr. or Ryan Rollins will be their starting point guard if they resign Ryan Rollins and Kevin Porter Jr. keep his player option.
Oh, God damn it, Daisy.
And I think the starting lineup would be
Stop.
it's going to be Gary Trent Jr. He's going to start. If he's not signed with them and they lose him, AJ Green, they will probably put him there. Kyle Kuzma will be there. If Giannis stays, he'll be there. Then center, they can either use Jericho Sims, a guy from the draft, or whoever. Maybe Portis if they keep him too. So sorry. Oh wait. Let me look at this guy. 7'2", 220. Okay. 18. Okay. Offensive, great dunker. Play finisher, dunker spot. Okay. Also, DHO hub could be both of these in the NBA. Decent touch for a non-shooter and good free throw shooting. Not a three-point shooter, some long-term upside maybe. Some passing upside, decent vision, makes good decisions, okay. No utility outside the paint on ball and a lob threat. So you probably gonna toss him like an alley hoop, something like Okay, very slow. Okay, very slow-footed, no switchability, incredible shot blocker, average in the drop, low monitor, and sometimes questionable position. But his length allows him to still defend the three. Oh, still defend. I mean, no utility on defense with spacing or switching defensive schemes. So yeah, they don't want like too many people crowding the paint. Event post defense. Okay, so overall, with him, very team dependent with success in the NBA, given his lack of versatility. Similar to Zach Edey in many ways, but he's a better defender. But Edey is more of a dominant scorer. Will be a great rim protector, yeah, which they will need. But you can't either be a starter with the multitude of offense schemes in the NBA right now. His immobility will hurt him a lot. Will be his polarizing prospect on one hand. His dominant physical, he's a gigantic rim protector with upsides to shoot and pass. On the other hand, he will be exploited in the playoffs. Borderline top 40 prospect. Okay. Okay, there's just many, people views and stuff like that. Um, and they actually compare him to Brook Lopez, but Brook Lopez ain't slow though, and Brook is like 280, and this guy's like 220. Wait, where? I wonder is that Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, there's the guy. So he's in there. That's mainly like one of the guys that one of the guys that I thought the Bucks should be going for. So I didn't think he was added into here. So let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Somebody didn't. Okay, the pros and the cons I got. Um, 7 foot one guy with a 9'3" standing reach. Wow, he can really protect the rim if he yeah. Very strong measurement for a center. His size has always been obvious to me watching him post up, boxing out. He seems to use it somewhat well as a rebounder, but needs to use it more. Oh, to score. Okay, yeah. Can understand that. Passing. Really impressive passing in the combine and in CBA. Yeah, I did see some of the passing he did. End up with like 6 assists. So remember reviewing that. Spots cutter really well in the high post and places it really well. Great anticipation. This is where I see a lot of upside in this game with the passing. Was we've seen very few guys be able to do to be stars in the leagues as a five. Like Nikola Jokic. So kind of like a comparison off of that. Post play and handle. One thing that becomes clear he has a great feel for the game, nice handle, and has some neat moves he's been able to use in the CB. Well, that's the Chinese Basketball Association. Was going to be some Sinju vibes, but then again, how is this going to compare to when he's against NBA post defenders? We don't know. Of course, good rebounder. Uses his body really well as a rebounder to get boards and box out well, and ends up getting huge numbers. I would say this probably won't have any problems becoming an NBA skill. Cause yeah, that's true. You can't teach size. Okay. His cons. Not mobile enough. Okay, perimeter defense. Not mobile enough for me to see him doing anything really on the perimeter as a defender, and that's going to hold him back. When he does have a matchup with the new age of mobile centers, we'll see coming through recently. 3-point shooting. I don't doubt the confidence, and I think the form is okay, at least, but it definitely isn't falling right now. And I'm currently not going to bet on it, even being a high level skill, but there's something there. But right now, I say he has to work on this to be more of an effective high post layer to reach his maximum potential. So they're saying the 3 pointer is there, but they're saying the form is decent, but right now it's just not falling. Okay, athleticism slow and hasn't had to be a very high level to end and to be defective in the CBA, unlike how he will have to be in the NBA, which is high. I have some questions defensively, not only on the perimeter or how strong the perimeter might be. Even if he was the best defender, ninth in CBA last year. Okay, key point is the most second round talents don't get a second contract. If you get one of your in top 5% with an upside swing like this, it's hard for me to think of him as a safe bet. It's hard because I really enjoy watching him. He's super fun to watch the combine. He was too. So I urge you to just enjoy the footage and don't think we will see it much after the draft. Okay, so because we know it's gonna be like more of the picks and stuff like that. So we know most of these people probably won't get picked, but there's a possibility that maybe Bucks can sign. I'll say they should sign if they don't. Let's just say this: if they get their center in the draft, or if they end up buying like a guard in the offseason. So okay, this guy probably didn't get that much playing time. So I'm just gonna look at it right quick. He can block. Exact archetype that every NBA fan thinks their team needs. He shot a high volume from three, shot 38%. Good free throw at 72%. Good shooter. Crazy block percentage. Okay. High IQ. Okay. Maybe a little bit better. 7'2", 220, 245. So, like I said, not as big as Brooke. But let's see. We're just going to look at point guards available. Let's just say none of these guys, get signed, after that. So, and after they said about Hanson Yang, but how good he looked in the combine, and he did get a blocked shot. But you know what? I'm gonna take a chance on it. So it could be one of those things, that oh, it's 250. Okay, so still not more than Brooke. Don't need to be no 7 foot and 280. Just one of those things, and can't even rebound. But at least with Hanson Yang, he can rebound. He probably can rebound and stuff. But they can work on him, be like a shot blocker. So I know that's going to take time, and also protect the rim. It's just going to take some time. So then again, like if they do pick him, if they end up playing, the summer league, something they can work on. So could be fair for everybody. Let's just put it that way. So let's just say we will get Hanson Yang. We know no Bucks pick remaining, but it could be possible that they could like buy a second round pick. So I think that's probably like half the things they're probably looking for is like if they can get like 2 second round picks, the one they have now, and also buy a second round pick from somebody. They'll get like a certain second round pick for cash consideration. So they can do that. Mm. It seems like after that they end up picking from the wow. So we can say so let's just say we end up getting Hanson Yang, and he probably could improve in the shooting, and Oroko Zaraski. It could be, or they could go for Tyrese Potter. Seems like he's going to be available, or Hunter Salas could be a combo guard, so something they can go for. Ozamir Isaac, sorry if I said his name wrong. Mark Shears, McGon Gaurav, or like I said, they can pick somebody in the off season or something like that. So that's probably something they can do. So we are going to get to the numbers of Thunderbolts and Milwaukee Development. So y'all give me a moment. I will be right back. Watch out, watch out, watch out. I can put that back over there. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, I guess we're going to get on, comic book, movies, and TV news. So, Thunderbolts and Centers top 300 mil worldwide. Quarterfinal destination bloodlines had the highest the highest amount they made in a weekend out of any other series that they done. Yeah. Okay, that's that, and okay, we don't need to talk about that. Okay. Okay. There are times you gotta is it refreshing? Yeah, it is refreshing on its own. So no, we're just gonna go for it. Let's see. Okay, meanwhile, Marvel Disney's Thunderbolts in its third weekend added 15.7 million from overseas. That brings the international run-in of total of 170.3 million, and global passes the 3-century mark to reach 325.7 million, according to some YouTube experts. I think they said they only need like 400 million to break even. So hopefully like it's gonna be on in theaters for a while now. We'll say probably most of this month and probably half of next month. So let's just say their cutoff time would be for like stop showing in theaters would be. Oh yeah, because they could keep on showing it until early July if they want to. They probably can do that. But like I said, I will see it again this coming weekend. Not sure what day. Either Saturday or Sunday. Don't know. But we'll see. Yeah, it's like I want this. Like with Captain America: Brave New World, I wanted that to be a success too, but it didn't make enough. Like it made its budget, but then again, was like had to pay, theaters and promoting it and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't even think some companies care about not making their when they promote the movie. I don't think some of them don't even care about getting that back. But yeah, I don't know. I just think they still got a lot of time. So and there's probably people that gonna see it again and again and again. Normally for me, like a comic book movie, kind of started it last year. I go see it twice, maybe the third time if I wanted to. So yeah, I'll just say that yeah, I'll go see it this weekend again. Well, this coming weekend should be interesting. So, anyways, let's move on from that and let's go to if it comes on. So there is something in Milwaukee Development that we're gonna talk about. I think it's like two things that I wanted to talk about. So drive-through coffee chain set sites on 27th Street, Seven Brew Coffee, and I think this location where Wong's Walk is on South 27th Street. Kind of looks like it. So 3702 South 27th Street. Yep, the formerly home to Wong's Walk. So we know it closed early last year, and I think most of their Wong's Walks had closed late last year. Oh, so Seven Brew Coffee would be the first location in Milwaukee. Okay. So they probably gonna end up designing inside a bit. Probably don't have to do much the outside. Okay, so the Near Cafe is operating Mount Pleasant and Brookfield, with further expansions across the street. Okay, it started in 2017, serving 7 original coffee drinks. Oh, okay, so it's from Arkansas. Okay, got it. Um, okay. Um, Menu has grown to now feature shakes, smoothies, lemonades, teas. What was it? Flavor, sparkling water, and energy drinks. So that's interesting. Okay, so 27th Street, Wands Walk was the final location for the family-owned chain, which operated for 45 years and once had many as 13 restaurants in the county. So, two previous locations are already being replaced with new tenants with Dunkin' and Taco Pros. Yeah, because it was building up to be Wands Walk, then, that place ended up, out of nowhere just decided to close. Then, they end up adding, Dunkin' Donuts and Taco Pros that opened this year. Mad Chicken took over the location on 7424 North Appleton Avenue. So, I'm sorry, if they get everything right, they might open late summer. That's just gonna be my guess. So we'll say probably late summer for that. So, like I said, you want to know things that's going on like in the Milwaukee County, you can check out Urban Milwaukee. Let's see, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that one later. We're gonna talk about that one in a bit. So, um, no, no. Let's see. No. Forensic Science Center. So, I'm just gonna be nosy on this one, and I know there was something else on here that I wanted to talk about. So let's just. So, Forensic Science Center. Where is this gonna be? Oh, wow, Tulsa. Oh, okay. So that's part of that development that they doing around the Milwaukee Regional Medical Center, which they have Children's Hospital, and they did used to have behavioral mental health facility, but they moved that one to Titonia Avenue. And there's like some other like hospital and doctor stuff like I think it was like Medical of Wisconsin. I can't forensic. I probably said that wrong, and I can't believe I forgot what that is. And I was just looking at it yesterday. Okay, so they say it's 70% complete, so that's cool. So maybe they'll be done with it by maybe beginning of when like late 2025. So that probably be like December. So that's a possibility. Okay, so learn something new every day. Um, okay, maybe it was something that's down below. So let's see. Temple God plans a standalone restaurant. Okay, yeah, that looks like that's the east side. But also, I thought was something else that I wanted to talk about that I didn't get the chance to. I think it could have been this one. Um, Neighborhood proposal to renovate long vacant North Avenue building. Oh yeah, 41 so yeah, 41st and North Avenue. So what is the plan? To renovate and live upstairs. Um, okay, create a facility on the first floor, open to everybody, but that permanently serves women who have been victims of crime, sex trafficking, or abuse. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. I said maybe you take over that barber shop. There ain't nothing going on in there either. But that's just me. Okay, so Common Council did approve the selling of property to Fred Chalmers to open a donut shop in the building, but okay, the plans never moved forward. That'd probably be interesting. They would have did. So she will purchase the property for $10,000 and invest approximately 79,500 in renovating the structure. Well, so mostly probably working a little bit about probably work some of the outside and inside. So, well, not that big of a deal, and that's a good thing for somebody that want to do that, help women and stuff. Because we got like a lot of places in the city that helps women that getting like getting violent by men on needs help with like housing and stuff like that. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, so there's a few more things before we move on to I know. Few things we're gonna move on before we end the show. And I'm surprised, this is like over 2 hours and didn't expect that. So yeah, seems they're gonna be up for a while. So the former Journal Center building, we did have one in downtown. Then they moved to this one. That's is on yeah, that's on 41st and Burnham, I believe. So yeah, it's like, oh, they calling that the West Milwaukee. Okay, Global Power has outgrown its main facility on 2300 South 51st Street. I think I probably seen like some of those people was like going to that building for like work. So okay, I understand that. Okay, Global Power, known facility as BHP Incorporated, builds fuel tanks, closure, and other equipment for the power generation industry. Okay, that's something. The plant will have 3 shifts, 1,000 workers. So hey, more jobs coming in. That's good news. Um, okay, the listed sale price for that Journal Sentinel building is $27.5 million. Wow. So okay, the corporate parent. Okay, they talking about the Journal Sentinel building, which it was in downtown Milwaukee. Then they moved it to that building. Then, as they say, they closed it down in 2022. So they want to save money. Eliminated 180 jobs. So the Journal Sentinel is now printed at the Garrett plant in Peoria, Illinois. So that's northern Illinois. But still, I'm just stunned that they freaking done that and just oh, we're going to decide we're going to move the company and not trying to make it on within. So yeah, okay, the West Milwaukee printing plant opened in 2023, and so they end up buying the the property was sold in 2022 for $26 million to, yeah, you know that. Okay, so yeah, they was talking about more about the situation with Journal Sentinel. So Penrose Village seeing new operations being developed at 3900 West Lincoln. Yeah, and there is some space over there. Okay, so they was planning on the new West Milwaukee position will add like 50 jobs. Huh. So yeah, that's good. Some stuff going on, and do something with that building. So that's probably one of the things we were like hoping for. They can actually buy some like people buy some buildings and actually at least try to okay, so there's this one and there's one more after this one. So a new Target will be built in the Milwaukee area community, part of a larger development. Let's see. So they're saying it's gonna be in the Brown Deer area. So let's see. Okay, so they purchased a 9.6 acre site at 9020, 9070, 9074, and 9080 North Green Bay Road. Okay, so yeah, that's like in that cause you got Channel 6 that's across the street from it. Yeah, you also got Goodwill over there as well. Then you got some of them like mini stores over there. So yeah, that's cool. Also, they brought it. Not that bad of a price for them. Only buying it for $7 million. The parcel was sold to Target by Finley Wisma Real Estate, a development firm based in Nebraska. Okay, they just brought the marketplace of Brown Deer for 11 million for investment groups affiliated with the NWA Reality Group based in Great Neck, New York. Oh, that's funny. Um, Target store would be approximately 128,000 square feet. Oh wow, so I guess they was already working on it. So as we get closer to opening the store, we'll have more specific details to share, including how the shopping experience will be tailored to serve local guests and the grand opening date. Okay. Oh, so okay. So most likely, so they would have more work to do. So I guess they're saying that's going to be Brown Deer Community Development Developer Nick Parowski has said the goal is to open big box retailers at that site by the end of 2026. The marketplace shopping center has struggled with high tenant vacancies rates in recent years. Sounds familiar. Sounds like Northridge. Um, but at least with Northridge, they actually building that up. Okay, they also bought U.S. Bank. Of course, the latest Target that they had opened was in 2021. That was in the Bayshore Mall town center. Um, the one with 8501 was Brown Deer. Yeah, that closed in 2016. But yeah, like it's just that area Brown Deer. Like no, I'm gonna say that's Brown Deer. That's still Milwaukee around. This 76th Street to 92nd. That used to be like a big shopping area, but with Northridge closing and some of the stuff wasn't going on in there, then you got some all of a sudden all these other places start getting built up in that area. So I'm just glad they did tour on Northridge down and they planning on doing some developments in that area. So good news for them. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I just now got this, so I'm just reading it now. So I've been reading that Big Cass is coming back to WWE, and thanks to John Trigev for that information. I didn't know about that one, but God, that's breaking news. But I know he's still with AEW, and maybe he probably does come back. And plus, being sober for a while and stuff like that. Although he did great in TNA and let him as a solo act, but it's just TNA just didn't like push him enough. Like kind of like one of those guys, do a big moment, then they just push him to the side. But if he's coming back to WWE, yeah, that's gonna be a big impact because they do need another tall guy that can actually move and go real quick. So, and that would be Big Cass. Because I think I ain't saying like he was like fat or anything. I'm not saying that, but he was big, but he was still kind of moving. But just wanting to see from him as a late, with him at AEW and TNA. Oh yeah, the guy can move. So before we end the show, we're gonna talk about this building. Okay, if y'all familiar with this building, if y'all live in the Milwaukee area, one of downtown Milwaukee's largest office buildings could be partly converted to apartments. So everybody and their mama call this the Blue Building that's downtown, and that's across the street from the Avenue, right next to the Bear Center, and there's a few hotels nearby it as well. So yeah, so I guess from the scene is they end up gonna do like 222 apartments, which will be mainly they said it's gonna be like upstairs. The postal call from converting half of that underused building into 2022 residential units. So, oh yeah, because most of that upstairs is not usable. Like, they had their, but it's just like the main thing that they have with this is many people mostly go there for Social Security, and they used to have down there on this area. Let me just point to the like right over here. It used to be like a little small restaurant, but that closed down. And also like behind that area, it was a built right store, not like the furniture store, but it was like a convenience store, and that closed down like a long time ago. So I don't know. Maybe they bring new life to this, and maybe they'll get more retails and stuff in that area. So 310W building is operated by New York-based Time Equities Incorporated. So, I think they didn't show any but my main thing is like why I can understand they need people like apartments and more stuff, and the mayor's goal is like to get at least up to 1 million residents living in Milwaukee. Although there was rumor that it did like the population of Milwaukee did increase, so I know the mayor got to be happy about that. But how much, I don't know. We might gonna end up doing that in a separate video. So of course, the building opened in 1983 to house federal government agencies and private sector tenants. It was known as the Reese's Federal Plaza. Something I didn't know, but then again, by that time I was 1 year old, so and y'all probably get the math of my age right now, so uh so ongoing discussions and critical steps need to be completed before anything is done. Um but like I said, most of like up those areas, like they do have a walkway that can connect from the mall all the way to, but then again it's like the Pfizer office that's connected to it. So you got that all the way through there. Then you got the hotel next to it. Then it connects all the way up to the Hyatt, and then you got the Hyatt connected to the walkway, like connected to the Bear Center. Then you got the Bear Center also connected to the Hilton Hotel. So yeah, so we do got walkways there, so it'd be cool. But it's kind of like extended because you got the ones that's going from the Avenue all the way up to the Riverside Theater, then connected to the 110 building that they was talking about on here. That's putting like apartments in there. So of course, like I think I said it last time that they're gonna wait a minute. Of course, it's the third largest building after the U.S. Bank Center and 411 East Wisconsin Center. Um, so yeah, that was talk about the 100 East Wisconsin Avenue, the story office tower that's turning into 380 apartments. So I guess I can understand that they need more apartments in that area, but they actually need hotels more than apartments. That's just me. But yeah, I just think they just need more hotels than apartments. But yeah, some hotels are still like getting off the ground. Some gonna be being like built and stuff like that. So it's kind of one of those wait and see. So this summer you probably gonna end up having to like wait until they announce some hotels that's supposed to be starting construction and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow talking about the I think it's with the FPC venue building, but it doesn't have a name yet. So we'll talk more about that one tomorrow. So do like a separate video on that one. But over 2 hours. Wow. I'm surprised myself that this is over 2 hours. So, anyways, for those hanging in there, I know if you're in the East Coast, it's probably like 1 a.m. Here is like a little after midnight, and West Coast, like in California, it's probably be like 10 something. So y'all probably be still up watching it. So, anyways, like I said, thank you guys for watching. For those who's on Twitch, WFSO and WFSO 2 channel. Please follow us on here. We try to do daily content on Twitch almost every day. All four of the subjects that we talk about today, we talk about that on here too, and also we talk about that on YouTube as well. So all for the topics we talk about, the main topics we'll be talking about. So share the channel as well. And after you guys that's on YouTube, either live or pre-recorded, please like the video. And I see a like already, so appreciate it. And plus, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hopefully we can get there. And sorry, it's not my eye. And we're trying to do something big for 2026, do giveaways and stuff like that. So, hopefully, that's possible that we can, actually do that. If we get to 1,000 subscribers early than that, that's fine. That'll be cool. Do giveaways and stuff like that, as well. Also, over 2,700 videos and counting. For being on here for 16 years, one of the longest reigning channels on YouTube. Excuse me. And also, you have the opportunity, check out the website, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com for upcoming events in the Midwest. Also, photos that we took, at events with with wrestling and also, wrestling and also Bucks events. And also, we're trying to work on a merchandise store. Hopefully we can get that running this summer. Y'all going to be interested in some gear. So we got a few ideas. Just, hopefully just, trying to get it to the ground. And, I think that, I know there's some more stuff on there too. And plus, videos like this will be up too. So get a chance, check the videos out. And, more stuff to talk about in there too. Just, check out the website. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank our sponsors, Robin and Mike Thompson. And also Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. If you're interested in wrestling VHS, wrestling DVDs, and figures, action figures, they'll be one to get to. So look for Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. Again, Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook. They probably will have what you need. And Tim Martrell sent you. Until the next video, you guys, y'all have a good one and see you later.